podcast. Before we start, let us introduce ourselves. I'm Dayang Najiha Ayuni binti Awang Othman.
I'm Rabiatul binti Abdul Razak.
And I'm Suzianna binti Suhaib.
So today, we will be talking about the importance of English in early childhood education.
As future teachers, we know that English plays a big role in communication, learning, and helping children express themselves confidently.
In this episode, we will share our own experiences, how learning English has influenced us, what challenges we face, and how we can make English fun for young children.
So, let's start our discussion. The first question is, how has learning English influenced our journey as a future teacher? For these questions, let me start first. So for me, learning English helped me communicate better with others, with my friends, with my lecturers, and my parents, my family. So by talking to them, it boosted my confidence in presenting and teaching. Mostly in classroom, when we are presenting something in English, so I could communicate with using English better than before. So other than that, learning English also allowed me to access more educational resources for assignments such as books, videos, research. It made by studying English, I can understand it without using translator. So it also improved my creativity when designing bilingual or English-rich activities. From my experience, while teaching in preschool ceremony, we must teach them in Malay, in English too, right? So when we teach them in two languages, they can understand both language better. So by learning English, it made me more aware. It made me more aware of the importance of global communication.
For me, learning English has had a big influence on my journey as a future teacher. When I was younger, I loved to watch this English TV animation. I've forgotten the title now, but that was the reason I love English, and that was also the reason I started learning English. So I could understand and enjoy the show. Until now, I still love watching anime such as One Piece with English subtitles. At IPG, learning English helps me find references for my essay assignment. Sometimes Malay references are quite limited, so I need to look for English sources instead. As a future teacher, being able to use English allows me to explore more in teaching materials, methods, and ideas from around the world. It also helped me connect better with children, especially in subjects that require creativity and communication. With my ability to speak English, I can use so many songs from another country to teach the children.
Same goes as me. Learning English has helped me a lot in my journey in IPG. So as you know, in the early childhood education course, there's so limited Malay references, and because there are so many theories from the Western countries like Plato, Lev Vygotsky, and it helps me do my assignment, and it helps me to understand my course. And also, English helps make me easier to communicate with other teachers. For example, like the other day we joined the highly immersive program that required to talk to another teacher from another school. They can talk so fluently, so learning English in IPG helped me to communicate with them better. And also, English helped me to communicate with children in preschool. There's one kid in Ceremony Preschool that can talk English so fluently. She can even use an American accent. So learning English for me helped me to interact with her, and I could understand her better.
The second question is, what are your biggest challenges when speaking or teaching in English?
For me, my biggest challenges are related to confidence. Sometimes I feel nervous or scared to speak English because I'm worried that my grammar might not be correct. I often think too much about whether I'm saying something right or wrong, and that makes me lose confidence. When I try to teach or speak in front of others, I sometimes struggle to find the right words, and that makes me feel a bit embarrassed. However, I'm learning to overcome this fear by practicing more and reminding myself that making mistakes is part of learning. The more I speak, the more confident I become, even if my grammar is not perfect.
Same as me, I also fear of making grammar mistakes. That is because I have so limited vocabulary when explaining complex ideas. So it makes me hard. It makes me hard to switching between Malays and English smoothly, because as we know, we mostly talking in English, in Malay other than English. Other than that, students' low English proficiency makes communication harder. Like from my experience in Prasekolah Ceremony, Rushdie and Sharif is too hard to understand because they can communicate flawlessly. So it hard to us to understand. So it makes me nervous and lack of confidence when speaking in front of them, because I'm afraid that they will not understand me.
I see the same experience as Rabiatul, where I always feel nervous when I speak English in front of people, in front of class. But the difference is I don't really care about my grammar, because for me, Grammar mistake is a normal mistake, but I really care about my pronunciations. Because for me, it's important so that people can understand what you say. And there's a few words that sound the same. So for me, pronunciation is important. And because of that, I speak very slowly because I always think about, is this I pronounce it correct or not? And so from there, I always try to improve my pronunciations by watching YouTubes and watching TikToks. Another challenge is when I try to explain something in English to preschool children. Because as an adult, we use bombastic phrases that children cannot understand because as a kids they use simple phrases, simple words, so they can understand well. So I must use a simple language, body movement, and facial expressions to help them understand.
The third question is, why is English important in early childhood education?
For me, English is very important because it is a global language. Wherever you go, everyone is speaking English. So, we must I told children to learn English from a young age because they can accept the thing that they learn very well. So, from that, they can communicate with more people in the future and have more learning opportunities. So, in early childhood education, English can be introduced through songs, stories, and games. In ECE curriculum, English also supports language development. It helps children to build vocabulary and improve their listening and speaking skills. So, using English in class will help the children get used to the English language. So, they can use it at home with their parents using a simple words like kitchens, fridge, or the name of food. So, it's not about making them perfect in English, but it's about let them enjoy the learning process in English so they can learn the English better.
For me, English is very important in early childhood education because it helps children build their communication skills from a young age. When children are exposed to English early, they become more comfortable listening, speaking, and understand the language naturally. It also opens opportunities for them in the future because English is an international language used in education, technology, and communication all around the world. Besides that, learning English at an early age can also help in developing children's creativity and critical thinking. Through songs, stories, and simple conversation, children can express themselves, share their feelings, and build their confidence in using the language without fear.
Well, in my opinion, English is a global language. So it connects children to the world. In early childhood education, early exposure helps develop good pronunciation and listening skills. Same as you, Suzianna, it can help build confidence for future learning in school, social media, and traveling. Also, in early childhood education, it has many learning materials such as songs, stories, videos are in English. So, English in early childhood education helps children express ideas and emotions in multiple languages. Such as, for example, in Prasekolah Ceremony, as you said, Suzianna, there's one girl also talking English fluently, which makes me so proud of her because I can speak English as better as her. So it's a good experience for me to learn English for them. So the fourth question is, how can we help young children enjoy and feel confident using English? Let me start first. For me, as a future teacher, we could use fun activities such as songs, games, role play, and storytelling. It can encourage them to speak without fear of mistakes, which means they can talk. They can communicate freely without any judgments. But we still could correct them if they are wrong. Other than that, if they can speak confidently and fluently, we can praise their effort instead of focusing on correctness, as I said just now. So we can create an English-rich classroom environment, such as we put labels, posters, visuals in English to make them enjoying learning English and are excited about what are we going to teach or what are they going to learn. All in all, we could, as future teachers, we could integrate English naturally in daily routines and play.
For me, we can make English learning fun by using play-based activity. For example, we can play games like Simon Says in English. So when the learning process feels like playing, so the children are not afraid to speak and try new words. As a future teachers in early childhood education, we can also create a supportive classroom environment. We can praise them for trying to speak English, even if when they make mistakes, we can praise them and told them that it's okay if you make a mistakes because it is normal and we're still learning. And we as a teachers, we should smile, use gestures, and repeat the simple words so they can remember it easily. So when the children feel safe and happy in the classroom while they're learning, they will be more confident to use English naturally in class and at home with their parents.
Same as you guys. To help young children enjoy and feel confident using English, we need to create a fun and supportive learning environment. Teachers And parents should never judge or laugh at their mistakes. Instead, we should always encourage them and praise their efforts. Children learn best when they feel safe and happy. That's why using fun activities like songs and games, role plays, and storytelling is very effective. These activities make English learning more interesting and less stressful for them. When children see that English is fun and not something to be afraid of, they will naturally become more confident and eager to learn. With these very fun activities, they find that learning English is so enjoyable for them, and they always wanted to be in English class because for them English is so fun and make them happy when they learn it through playing or songs or fun activities like you guys saying just now.
Well, I want to add some of my experience from teaching in Prasekolah Srimulyani last Monday. I used English as introduction. I asked them, how are you today? And they are all silent because they don't know what to answer. So I let them repeat after me. So I tell them slowly. When someone asks you, how are you today? You must answer, I'm fine today. Thank you. By that, they are slowly learning how to communicate with others when they are asking you something in English. The fifth question is, what personal or classroom experience changed your attitude toward English?
For me, one classroom experience that really changed my attitude toward English was when Sir Shashi taught us English using comics, Aki and Eko comics. He asked us to create our own English comic but still use the same character. It's Aki and Eko, and it was such an enjoyable and fun activities. At first, I thought learning English was just about grammar and writing essays, but that activities that Shashi taught us showed me that English can be creative and exciting too. Through making the comic, I learned new words, practice sentence structures, make dialogues that match the character's face, and also express my ideas in a fun way, such as our idea that we make comic Aki and Eko go to Sandakan for a trip. I realized that learning English doesn't always have to be serious. It can also be enjoyable if the teacher uses interesting and creative methods. The experience made me more motivated and confident to learn and use English in the classroom.
So, for me, I used to feel shy and afraid to speak English because I have a lot of experience where people laughing at my wrong pronunciation. So, from there, I always thinking that I should I should care about my pronunciation more than my grammar. So, but one day I need to present something in English in class. At first, I was nervous, but my friends encouraged me. They clapped their hands for me, and so from that moment, really changed my perspective about English. So I also realized that English is not something to be afraid of. It's just another tool to help us communicate and teach better. So now I enjoy a little bit. I enjoy preparing English song and activities for the preschool children because now I can see how excited they get when it's come to English lessons because there are so many English songs that so fun. So it makes me want to improve my English more.
Same as Paul. I used to be not confident about my English before in high school, but coming here to IPT Kampus Tawau, I met a teacher and mentor who made English fun and meaningful. As Rabiatul said, Sir Shashi made us create an English storybook or a comic and publish it. So it boosts my confidence and my motivation to learn English. So with Sir Shashi, learning with Sir Shashi, it's a moment when I feel successfully communicate in English with confidence. Even my grammar and pronunciations are not that good. Other than that, I also try to join English presentation that boosted my motivation. Such as last Saturday, we go to highly immersive program, but I'm not the presenter, but I'm still walking around and promote our storybooks, Aki and Eko. But other than that, I love the improvement I made is I love seeing children enjoy English songs or stories that we created. For example, we used to do the song, the nursery rhymes titled "Look Around and Say the Word," right?
Mm.
So I actually enjoy doing that songs because it also make my inner child happy, even though it was in English. So learning English with my lecturers made me realize how English opens up more opportunities for learning and connection, mostly in the highly immersive program where we ask teachers to listen to our promotion about Aki and Eko. Okay, so all in all, from what we discussed, we learned that English in early childhood education is so important for us as future teachers to teach them, children, to communicate in English using fun ways such as stories, songs, role plays, games, and make environment that encourage them to speak in English. For us as future teachers, it's really important for us to learn English too, because we must teach them with correct grammar and pronunciation and encourage them to feel motivated to learn English. So that's all for now. Thank you.